Smart cities and energy transition. The first to start up the pitch here is from Oviedo. They're using satellite images to enhance strategic and operational decision making. Can I please have a very big applause for Yeli from Imageryst? Thank you. Big applause, please.
Hi, everyone. Oh, is this working? Hi. Hi. Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Yeli, and I'm the marketing manager of Imageryst. Nowadays, we're living in times of digital adaptation, where it prevails immediacy, remote management, and the access to reliable information. However, there are still many energy companies that spend a lot of resources analyzing and monitoring assets on site. This is why we have created Imageryst. It's a 360 platform that helps the planning and execution of energy projects remotely. We help in the whole phases of the project, from the ideal site selection for the construction, to the progress monitoring of this construction, the maintenance monitoring, and the analysis of the environmental impact. So our customers have the whole information they need for planning and decision making. In this way, Imageryst is a solution that democratizes access to geolocated data. We extract the information from satellite imagery. This is automatically and in just a few clicks. You can use Imageryst through an easy-to-use app. All you need to do is to select the asset that you want to analyze. Let's say it's a building, a parcel, or a road. Then you choose the attribute that you want to extract from it. It could be a soil radiation, slope, orientation, vegetation health, burn area. And you apply the filters to indicate where and when you want to run the analysis. After that, you will have the results on the dashboard. Also, if you have a GIS system, you can use it an API integration, so you have the results on your own dashboard. This is how you will have the reliable information, comparable over time, completely remotely, avoiding problems such as difficult access to land, and of course, you will be able to reduce your cost and times. Even though we only have been for a year and a half, we're very proud of what we've achieved. We're having a positive impact from the moment we begin, have a presence in 7 countries, have helped 70 million projects to analyze the locations, and helped to 4,000 tons of CO2 offset. So our clients, they confirm that we have helped them in an innovation way to save time, money, and to increase their positive impact. This is what we believe that we want to continue building together, and thank you so much.
Hello,
Hi.
good morning.
Good morning.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Why would you only focus into energy projects and perhaps use this same technology to restore nature, for example?
Yes, we believe it's a really transversal technology, but we really want to focus on what we have at this moment to grow up strong. So we're now focusing on renewable energy projects so we can help them and increase this positive impact. Thank you.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I would like to know a little bit more about your financials projections, because I haven't seen them on the screen. So how much are your revenues in this moment? And
at this moment, we don't have the currently numbers, but we can say that we are working with more than 10 clients, and the average ticket is for 35,000 euros.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Okay, the next startup is from Madrid, and they are the first public and private information platform whose service is to accelerate change towards sustainable cities by sorry guys, it's been a long train ride from Madrid, by improving the decision making. Can I please have a very big applause from Sergio from Arise.io?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody, and thank you for being here. I'm Sergio Diez, CEO of Arise.io. Everybody knows that we are facing a big problem in the cities, climate change, and despite all the efforts that we are doing, the impact is very low. One of the problems that we are seeing is that we don't have access to understand what is happening in the cities, what are the best solutions, how we can deploy them effectively, and the access to knowledge is a key point here, is a key asset. So what we are doing is to democratize the access to this knowledge, that is valuable information, that arises from the combination of public and private data for good decision making. And this is a great moment, as we have all this strong regulation deploying more than 5,000 cities, investment incentives, and the regulation around the data is as well deploying with technology that allows to share data. We are focusing in the 50% of the problem, that is mobility, with different use cases as mobility to work, active mobility, urban logistics, and we deploy all our technology in order to connect to different private and public sources, apply our algorithms, and do it in a scalable way with our API. We don't do this from the technology, we do this from the problem, knowing deeply what is the problem, working with our different ecosystem, being a trusted third party, and having all the knowledge and data access as well as customers. The market is huge. We only put some numbers around mobility, and we are giving answer to the administration and companies' questions around how to deploy regulation faster, cheaper, reducing investment, cost, and reaching more customers. This is only the first use case that we are working. How we can use other sustainable modal ways of transportation instead of private car, as car sharing, carpooling, DRT, active mobility, etc. So our platform get information from different sources and propose in an automated way what is the use case that we can apply better, what is the pollution reduction, cost, and energy. Our business model has to be very scalable. We work in an information as a service model, subscription, pay as you go, and the first EBITDA is more than 50%, as we can deploy massively data. We position as knowledge as a service, very different from data aggregation, visualization, prediction, and cheaper than knowledge consulting. Today we have our demo data platform with 15 projects deploying. In 5 months, we will be commercializing subscription models. This is our team, 20 years of experience. We are 8 to 9 at the end of the year, PhD, MSc, and we are looking for 300 Ks with 50% committed. And I'm here to listen to you as well and your questions. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. This is the type of project that we at Lumo we are looking for as investors, and we believe that building a cityverse digital twin makes a lot of sense. But you've introduced a new concept that it's that you are able to predict and give insights to the city. Is that correct? And I would like to understand what's the connection between the data that you're gathering and the insights, how that works, how the decision maker is making changes in real time for the city.
Exactly. So we are doing that in a prediction way, in a real-time mode as well. For example, in a prediction mode, we predict, or we are able to predict what are the different modes of transportation that are alternative to the use of car in a local region. So we connect with the different mobile phone network, data from app, GPS, public transportation. We have access to surveys, etc. We mix and fusion of this data, and we can understand how is the potential of the carpooling and how this potential can reduce the pollution, the cost, and the energy. And we can do this with carpooling, with car sharing, with electric mobility. And for the operators, so that's the picture for the municipality, and for the operators that can give this operation, we can help them in order to dimension their fleets and their costs, and understanding what is the commercial proposal that they can give to the city. That's just an example of one use case of mobility to work, but we have other examples, for example, active mobility and proximity-based cities, what a city has to deploy and has to encourage in order of services and active mobility infrastructure, bike lanes, pedestrians, areas, parking for bikes. So we can predict what happens if I deploy these bike lanes and etc. How the modal shift, or the current modal mobility that has a percentage of cars, of pedestrians and cycles, how we can move to another one that is more sustainable. For example, in logistics, we are able to mix data from infrastructure of charge and uncharged spaces for the logistic operators. So this is a public information with the position of each one of the fleets of the operators, logistic operators that are operating in the area. So we mixing all these points, we can see in a real time what is the occupancy of these places, so the operators, they can plan better and can reduce their emissions in around 10 or 12%. So it's a good information for the operators and a good information as well for the municipalities in order to reduce the pollution cost, etc.
Sergio.
Thank you. I will be there to answer more questions. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, next up we have Maebh. She's going to pitch a startup for electric charging, because yes, we know driving an electric car is good, but it is challenging charging those. So this is a platform for sharing private electric vehicle chargers, both in homes and in businesses. Please give a very big applause for Plugable.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Imagine a world where owning and charging an electric vehicle can be accessible to everyone, not just those who have a private driveway to put a home charger in. My name is Maebh Reynolds. We are GoPlugable, and we are making this vision a reality. We are helping people like Jane, people who live in rented accommodation, terraced housing, or apartments, those who cannot install their own home charger. For them, it can be very tricky to charge their EV. They have to travel to a public charging station, which takes time out of their day. Public charging tariffs have also doubled in the last 2 years, and it will become increasingly expensive, and there simply isn't enough of them. By the year 2035, there will be 30 million EVs across Europe, so this market is driven by imminent policy change. The solution we have found is in the community. People like John, who own a home charger but possibly only use it 3 times maximum a week, can rent out their home charger to Jane and make some passive income. John decides the price, he also decides his availability, and we take a 15% commission as well as a 30-cent flat fee. It also involves business owners like Jake. Jake is a small coffee shop owner. He owns a charger in his parking area, but when his coffee shop closes, the charger does not get used. He can rent out this charger to the wider community during closing times or times where his coffee shop is less busy, or he can advertise to our engaged users to encourage footfall into the business. 65% of our surveyed EV drivers, in a population of over 2,000 in the survey, stated that they would buy from a business or use the services if they know that they have a charger on site. You might ask, where do we compete against the likes of Tesla, superchargers, BP Pulse, or any of the rapid chargers you see on motorways? We don't see ourselves as direct competition, but a complement to what they do. We want to take the pressure off governments in order to have the charging infrastructure for everyone to switch by utilizing infrastructure that is already in homes and businesses. With our solution, we are a community-based solution, and we also manage software for the chargers and businesses. So why GoPlugable? You can book in advance. 80% of our current hosts are cheaper than a public fast charger, and it offers quick payment. We have a secure platform where all our users are verified, and we already have 2,000 plus downloads and over 200 hosts across the UK and Ireland currently live sharing their charger. Our go-to-market strategy involves sales channels like installers, utility companies, EV dealerships, and we also use brand partnerships with some of the biggest names, including SSE Electricity, My Energy, and OMI. And here are the dream team. I'm a mechanical engineer, our CMO is an exited entrepreneur, and our CTO has over 12 years of managing software development teams. Thank you so much.
Hello, very interesting proposal. I was wondering, how do you manage to negotiate and talk with so many different administrations with different procedures and plans and jurisdictions? Is it possible? How do you manage that? Thank you.
Sure. So all countries across the EU have a mandate to switch to electrification. We don't have to talk to councils directly, but what is a really great go-to-market strategy is working with utility companies. What we have found is if we work with one utility company, for example, SSE in Ireland, other utility companies in, for example, the UK wake up and see what's going on. It's become quite a competitive space, and we find it's too slow working with government sectors. To go private sector is a much easier route to market for us, and it's also a lot less bureaucracy and quicker to market. Okay, thank you.
The last startup of this category. All the way from San Sebastian. We have Ander. He's going to present his startup, Zenit Solar. It's a startup that runs a digital platform to help create and manage energy communities. A very big applause, please. Anyone?
Sensibles a las necesidades del mercado, ¿no? Zenit, estás.
El 80%.
Have you ever heard about Real Decree 244? No? Well, let me explain it, because this is the law that revolutionized the energy market, giving back the control to citizens. But how is this possible? Unlike in the traditional energy market, where expenses and taxes were accumulated from the production point till the end consumer, nowadays it is possible to connect the producer and the consumer in a very simple way, reducing costs significantly. And all this thanks to the Royal Decree that I mentioned before, and a concept that is called energy communities or shared self-consumption. In the last years, the high electricity prices, and because of other reasons, there was a strong support to energy communities, but there are still many problems to tackle in this sense. For example, 65% of the citizens in the Spanish state live in apartment buildings. And this goes up to 95% in cities like Barcelona or Madrid. Not only this, when creating energy communities, between 20 and 50% of the energy is not consumed when generated and is fed into the grid, losing 2/3 of its economic value. And even more, 10% of the citizens of Europe suffer from energy poverty. Because of these reasons, and in order to accelerate the energy transition, we created Zenit, the platform to create and manage energy communities in a simple way. We work with a B2B2C model supporting, so we have created a marketplace similar to Airbnb where you can enter your location and connect with the projects nearby your house. Besides, we created a software as a service in order to manage these energy communities in a simple way. And all this powered by an artificial intelligence algorithm that distributes the energy in a very simple way. As an important fact, European Commission has determined that 50% of the energy in 2050 will be generated by energy communities. So therefore, we are in a rapidly growing market that will reach 1 billion euros by 2030. We grow with a B2B2C model supporting town halls, energy communities, and energy community promoters with our software as a service, and we currently managed to get 100,000 euros by sector projects. But not only this, by this week, this is incorrect, now we managed to get 1.4 million euros in funding and prices. Our aim is to reach the break-even point in 2026. We are a team committed to accelerate the energy transition and be the main platform in energy communities in the future. With Zenit, you choose the energy you consume. Thank you.
Thank you so much. How are you planning to overcome the legal issues?
Okay, it's a good question.
Or the regulatory point, I mean.
If we look to Spain, actually, we find that this royal decree that I mentioned before, it's coming from Europe. So the thing is, in all the states of Europe, the different states are developing a legal basis in order to support the energy communities. And in Spain too, there is a strong support in this sense. So actually, rather than a difficulty, we find the law as something that actually is supporting the energy communities.
I would like to understand better your business model. Have you calculated the client acquisition cost and the lifetime value? And if you can give us some KPIs, metrics regarding pricing to give us an idea of how that works?
Yes, I can give you the pricing. The thing is, we have different revenue streams. So, for example, some entities that work with us are energy retailers that place their installations in our platform. In this sense, for example, we charge per lead or contract that they close. Then the software as a service, we are charging it for €2 per kilowatt, managed kilowatt, to these energy communities or promoters. The thing is, there is a new figure in the market, because this is a new market, that will be the manager of energy communities. And they need tools to manage them. So we charge them, for example, depending the size of all the communities that they manage. And then also, because of the maturity of the market, now we find that it is possible to do a lot of consulting work. So this is currently our main source of income. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks, Ander.